Hello, it's Coy, and welcome to the Eclectic Cottage. I'm really glad you're here. Today, the last video, we took a look at some ephemera, some European ephemera that I just received from my friend Kimberly. And I want to kind of document that. Our big journal, our big Junkity Junk Journal, is a journal that is going to be my personal journal that I'm going to be actually working in. So even though it's not finished, and August is almost finished, I don't even have the cover on the journal yet, and I'm not even sure I'm going to use the original cover that we made. I'm not sure what's going to happen, but pockets are not even stuffed with the with the tags and things yet. But I want to start working in the journal. There's things that you want to document, things that that happen. And a lot of times as junk journalers, at least for myself, I have been a journaler forever. I mean, I'm a journaler from way back. But since I've been making, and I've said this before, since I've been making junk journals, I tend to spend most of my time creating journals instead of journaling in them. But I want that to change. Not that I want to stop creating them. I just want to start journaling in them a little bit more. So I want to document, and I want to write a few things about, receiving these things, and some thoughts maybe about working with them in the future. But my tendency is just to put it all away until I have time to scan some things, and I don't want to really wait for that. So I'm going to go ahead and make a page, and I want to pick out an area to work in. And I would really like to maybe work right here. Where do you think these ladies are from? I think that's a Tasha Tudor book. I think it's I don't know, like Cinderella or some kind of, some kind of children's story. But I think Tasha Tudor painted that. I don't know. Alexa, where is Tasha Tudor from?
Tasha Tudor was born in Massachusetts in 1915. By the way, you have a new notification.
Thank you. Alexa, thank you. No, thank you. Teach me to talk to Alexa on camera. And I don't think these ladies are from Massachusetts. They don't look like Massachusetts ladies. Anyway, I wouldn't mind. Kimberly is also the person that I got the Braille paper from. So I wouldn't mind working here, but this is kind of what's holding me back, I think. I don't really want to cover these birds up, but I wouldn't mind working here. Okay, here's 2 blank pages. It could be there. It could be... these Edith Holden pages. Could be here. I can cover this up. I'm not really attached to this. It's a digital. So it could be... Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I found it. This is our spot. Right here. This is the Braille paper from Kimberly and a blank spot. Blank-ish spot. Okay, and let's pick out a few things to use. Some things, I think there's like some photos that are duplicates, and things that I might not mind using right away. So I just want to pull out a few things, and I like that. What is this, Christmas? These are like tractors and all right, this is fun to have fun things to work with. Jesus Christ. That has the whole, that's nice. Folks, do you hear the thunder in the background? Okay. Praying for some rain to start. These fires are so out of control. You guys have no idea how scary it is living close enough to the fires. Actually, Lowe's is less than a mile from my house. Lowe's, and in the parking lot behind Lowe's, a fire started yesterday. A mile from my house. A fire just started. They were able to contain that one because it was in a very small wooded area. They were able to contain that and completely extinguish it relatively swiftly. But they are working on blazes that are miles, acres and acres and acres and acres and acres. There are so many people here. There's the military, there's the National Guard. We are really in distress here. In distress, both. We're in all of it. Okay, and the kids and I, we kind of have a evacuation plan. We have a bag packed. A bag packed where if we get, because they don't fool around here. It's not like, in Florida, and I hope I'm not repeating this and saying it over again, but in Florida, you get a hurricane, and they're like, there's a recommended, evacuation, a voluntary evacuation, and then there becomes like mandatory evacuation. People don't heed the mandatory evacuation. They do not. And then you'll start hearing them, on the television saying, for those of you that have not evacuated, just know that we are not going to be able to reach you, until after the storm is over, and it's, I don't know what to say. It's not like mandatory. Here they're saying, get out now, period. Get out now, meaning that fire is going to be reaching your home any minute now. Get out now. So if we get a get out now signal, it should take less than 5 minutes to grab the dog with the leash. And I have a big rolly bag. I have that Hulkin rolly bag. It should only take a few minutes to put on some shoes and make it to the door. Do I really want to use these? No. Look at this postcard there's a postcard. And we have the picture, a photograph from that same place on that same day. Where is that? Where's my photograph? Anyway, I'm not using that. This would make a really nice pocket or tuck, but I can't. How could I? I could make a pocket or tuck here out of vellum, here or here, and just put this in it so I could still see the guy. Or her, she's lovely. She's really cute. Maybe her. And this has never been mailed, so I'd feel a little less bad using that one. Okay, so I'm going to use vellum somewhere to make a pocket for her. Okay. And what was this guy's name? Eli? I'm not going to use my Eli notes for sure. Do you guys do this? Do you guys have things and it's like now they're too precious to really use them? Yes. But I just want to document this in a way. Oh, yay. Anyway, we're hearing a little rumble out there. So let's hear, some of these are doubles. Like that's a double. We're hearing a little rumble out there. And I hope that we get a nice, smooth, easy rain that doesn't knock down trees. It did rain. We had rain 3 days ago. And the rain was so huge. I mean, it rained and the wind was just whipping around, and it rained buckets full for an hour. So it really, really, really was a lot of water and was very helpful towards, you know, dumping water on the fires. But the winds that were involved in that rainfall were so strong and did so much detriment. Okay, it caused, the way the winds were whipping around like that, it caused fires, you know, and I might have said this before, but this is how I feel about it. It caused fires to do things that you don't want fires doing. You don't want fires doing what, like the fires that were on the ground just spreading like wildfire. They're spreading like wildfire on the ground. Those flames hopped up into the treetops instead because of that wind, and then just became completely out of control. Anyway, I don't know if you're hearing much. My friend David, you know, keeps an eye out on things over here from Florida, and he said that he's hearing almost no national news on our event, and is a little bit surprised. And should I put something Greek in there? Look at this writing. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Do we have 1, 2, 3? No. Hoarding it. No, there's only 3. What to do? Look at it though. This is really beautiful too. This is German. Oh my gosh. How terrible. I just really don't want to use it. This, Brad, if you're watching, I need a really good photograph of this so that I can digitalize it and use it more than once. This is French. Okay. All right, let me go with something. No, not yet. It's too new. I don't want to. All right. Oops. Whatever that was afterwards. All right. We're going to use a book page. We're going to use a book page. We can't keep it all. We need to use it. We get it. The reason we have it is so that we can use it. It's not going to do any good sitting over there in a folder somewhere waiting for me to get around to scanning it, is it? I really want to scan that. That is really cute. From Peru. This is my favorite font, and I believe this is Greek. This could make a giant, beautiful giant tag. This one's my favorite. All right. I'm not touching my Michelin Man thing. Not yet. This is my Paris map. Nope. 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 All right. So we may grab some other things. Let me give a little think about this and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm not 100% sure about things, but I have some ideas, I believe. All right. Let me move this over here. And I am just going to put this stuff back in here. My stamps. Okay. All right, you're in the way. All right, so how are all of you doing today? Anything fun going on in your art room? On your desk? Gigi, I don't know if you're here, but I see you cracking open the old sketchbook and doing a little art journaling, which is fun. It's so easy to you know, to have a creative block where you're not journaling, you're not arting. And once you stop for a while, it's hard sometimes to start again. So I'm thinking that this might go here, you know, on the page. I want to glue that down and then put some stamps here to decorate this page. I think that's an idea. So let's work on that one. I want to sturdy this envelope, this glassine bag up a little. I like how old it is. I like the look of it, the old vintage look of it. This side has actual writing on it. But it's not the side that becomes the envelope. right. You doing all the way in the back. I don't hear the thunder anymore, y'all. If you're the praying type, pray for a little rain for us, because those people out there, it's 108 degrees today out there. 108. That's the hottest. This is the hottest day so far. 108 degrees. We've had 107 days, but 108 is even going up a little bit. And they are out there fighting their fight to keep the rest of us safe. We've got people from all over the country. We've got, people in from all different states, and you have no idea how much work is involved in a situation like this. Like, people's livestock has to be moved. Okay, there's like mandatory evacuations for like a huge equestrian over by Maryville. They have to move all of that livestock out of that huge, arena, and move them. So you've got volunteers coming with their horse trailers and moving them in places like about a mile or so from me is the fairground. Okay, I live in Vernon Parish, so it's the Vernon Parish Fairgrounds, and it's about a mile up the road from me. And they are opening up, where they do the county fair, where it's parishes here, not county. So where the parish fair is, they are opening up those, that area for people to house their livestock in until we're out of the state of emergency, and things like that. You don't realize how much it takes to get through a disaster. You got people doing food drives. We've got people that are displaced from their homes, and just so much. Oh boy, I just re-inked this before I put the ink away this morning. That's when it's always more than a little juicy. I don't want over juicy. Okay. Oh, can you imagine working on those fires? A lot of them, I saw pictures of this team that lost all their own vehicles yesterday in a fire. And they're here from out of state. They lost their vehicles, and one man, went back to his car and reached in to see if there was anything salvageable, and he found his badge. He found his firefighting badge, and everything was all burnt to a crispy and kind of melted-ish, and he had that big dusty old fire glove on with that in his hand, and it was really a touching little scene. But they're putting their own lives at stake to try and make things safer, and they're doing a great job. They're doing the best they can. It's not a perfect system. Okay, the wind has everything to do with the success for the day, on how well the fire is contained. And that's how they do it. They do it by percentage of containment. Is it 75% contained? Or maybe it's uncontained. I think maybe at 75%, it's 75% uncontained. Oh. Anyway, I know we're not the only ones. I see all of you all out there all our nearby, like the whole South is on fire. This whole part of the country is on fire. Texas, Mississippi, and all over. Do we like this? I like this. And I can slip a little note in there. Maybe. About receiving this package. It makes you forget about, the fires make you forget about the, the heat wave. The heat wave doesn't seem to be the biggest thing on your mind when you got fires out there. But 107 degrees, that's the highest temperature I've ever been in. Until this, no, 108. 108 today. 107 has been, we've had 2 or 3 days of 107, but this is the first day it got up to 108. All right, I'm liking this. I'm liking it a lot. All right, so that's one thing. I really like this blue envelope. Should I keep that to scan? Yeah, look, it's got all this on it. I better not use it. No. You're going back into the hoarding vault. All right. I didn't think I was going to use you when I took you out. All right, but I am gonna use her, and I want her in a pocket. And with this vellum, we should be able to see her in the pocket. Okay. So double that. And I should be able to trim it right here. Alrighty then. Oh. No, double. Oh, fold it and then cut it. Okay. So let's fold it there. Cut it. All right. And are the pinking shears close by? Easy access. Where are you? You're hiding way back there. Okay, do this first. And then this. possible. I've never pinked a circle before. Pinked a word. Okay. I don't know if pinked is a word, but we have pinked. And I'm not going to put gussets. Just going to make this a simple little vellum pocket with no gussets. And hope that she still fits in there. And she does. Okay. I'm pretty happy with that. Okay. Let's let that dry. And where is old Chuck? $1 Chuck. All right. And then we have this guy. I'm thinking, what am I thinking? Pardon me. All right, what? It's a little journal card. I think so. Let's see if we can find just something neutral for the back. An old book page, maybe? Sure, why not? It befits him. Maybe not that one. I don't know where this book has been. Should I leave that $14.77 on there? I don't think so. Okay. You're going to have a forever home, buddy. I guess he is some kind of religious artifact. Does anybody know who that is? I'm not sure, but he will forever have a home in my journal. Surprised I cut the paper. All right, let's smooth things out, Art. You're not Art, you're Chuck. All right, and we're going to Rachel our corners. Distress our edges. Maybe we can just collage this right. This is 1934. Maybe we can just collage this right on to the journal. And the only other thing we had pulled out was this, and I don't know that I have a place for them right now. So let me put them over here, bring our journal back, and see how we're looking. All right. Our girl, Mizara. We're planning on putting her over here or over here. A little distress here. There's no more thunder. They said it wasn't going to rain until tonight, so maybe we still have a chance. All right, she's going to go over here somewhere. Do we want to find a place for that flower? We probably could. If we cut it out a little bit. I hate to cut off the page number, but we could probably cut that out a little. Maybe add it up there. And then this could still find a spot. Oh, the air thunder. We need a little rain dance. All right, let's see. Let's just start doing something here. Removing a little bit of the excess. This is very nice paper. I'm gonna keep that for something. Let's use it up. Let's use it up. That's what we have it for. Let's use it up. Precious or not. This just feels a little like freshly precious. Okay. Rachel, the corners. A little distress. Oh yeah, you still have plenty of ink on you. Look how juicy that pad still is. I don't like it when it's that juicy, but you have to put new ink on it because they dry out pretty fast. So I keep a bottle of ink replacement close at hand. All right, you, and you. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm liking it. Take off a little of that margin. Should I take off a little of the margin? Make room for everybody. All right. Let's remind ourselves. 1, 2. Maybe I can leave that 15 up there. All right, I want to those 2 spots. All right, I'd be interested to know what you all are up to. Are you creators? Are you journal keepers? Do you write in your journal? Do you art in your journal? Chi-Chi, you're gonna have to wait. You're gonna have to wait, Chi-Chi. Chi-Chi is trying to tell us something. All right, I wanted to make sure that and that are covered. All right. Come here, Chi-Chi. You have to hold on. Sit down. We're almost finished here. She can only let me go so far on a video before she starts her little rain dance of her own. She's been outside recently, but you know, she wants me to think that it's a state of emergency that she go right now. So we're probably going to cut this a little bit short, and I'll come back at the end and show you how everything ended up. I hate covering up. I hate when you have to make a choice of one beautiful thing or the other beautiful thing. This was my favorite of all of the flower images, so I don't have to decide. I know which one's the choice. I knew it wasn't a state of emergency, Choo-Choo. All right, let's get this down nice. And I do like that image a lot. And her, we could just make this a tuck. So we could have her in there and still use this as a tuck spot. Good idea. Why don't we do that? All right, so now we have a tuck spot, and we have an envelope pocket for her, and we have this beautiful flower image, and we have our German print. I guess it's like a dictionary or something. Or something. Okay, this side's done. All right, I'm going to come back at the end and show you, let you know if we do something over here, and I'll be back. Okay, and I'm back for a quick goodbye. I wanted to show you how the spread ended up. I find it a little sparse. I think that you know, we'll probably add some more things. This ended up being a tuck spot. This gentleman is a tuck spot. We have the little pocket here. We have a tuck spot here. We have our lovely Zara, a place to live without destroying her as a postcard. And we have this lovely image. All right, that's what we have for now. I think that, you know, I still need to journal. I still need to personally journal. And once I start journaling about this, you know, we may still add to it. We may still add to it because it looks a little sparse, but I love it. And I'm glad that you all were here to join me today. If you're the praying type, pray for a little rain. Okay, not so much rain that it knocks down trees and knocks our electric out again. It's too hot for that mess. But we do need some rain to help fight those fires. We really do. Not just us, our neighbors and our neighboring states. I know Mississippi and Texas and everybody's ablaze. So I'm gonna say goodbye for now, and really thank you for joining. If if you're here and you like this kind of content, let me know. We might be a little long-winded. It's not really a tutorial. This is a just craft along with me. You do your craft, I do my craft, and we hang out together a little bit. Okay, and that's going to go on at least throughout my, the first 100 videos, and I guess we're on 70 something, 72, 73, something like that. So we still have a few more videos like this to do, and goodbye for now. I'm gonna see you real soon. Thank you for joining me.